Welcome to another 10 at 10 for 10 training and leadership development seminar. Ace is still taking his well-deserved vacation, but not to worry, we've got plenty of fun to go around here just by ourselves. Isn't that right, everybody?
Yes.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, so tonight we've got Ken Russo on deck, and he's going to be talking with us about quite a bit, and he's basically we didn't rehearse this, so I'm flopping all over the place. So I'm just going to shut up and let Ken speak.
Thank you very much, Hunter. Good evening, everyone. I've been networking for 28 years now. I live in Chicago. I'm sorry. I live in Chicago with my wife, Eileen, 50 years married. We have 2 children. They both have 2 granddaughters. So they're enjoying family life these days. We waited a long time to have our grandchildren, and our 4 granddaughters keep us pretty busy. In addition to what I'm doing with pool funding, I've got pretty full days. So what attracted me to pool funding was what we can accomplish with just 2, 3, or 4 referrals. I've never seen another project, and there's been plenty of them over the years where you could accomplish this kind of income with just 2, 3, or 4 referrals. That's what mainly attracted me. And before we get into the subject matter, I want to discuss what I believe is the best way to build a unified team. But today we got the announcement about the SDAI recruiting system, which is now free. And a couple of folks have asked me if I could share with them an ad that they can send to their folks to introduce them to the SDAI system. So I'm posting that in the chat right now. You can copy and paste this if you want. Since they can join for free, all obstacles are removed, and what you can earn by inviting a free member is unlike anything I've ever seen before. $60 for referring a new member on your first month, and then $15 every month thereafter. This is an excellent income producing. And if you can introduce this to your folks, your friends, and your associates, they'll appreciate you for doing it, and I believe they'll be more receptive to your offer to join us in pool funding. So it's a good lead program into pool funding. Now, when I first joined pool funding, I had no idea how complicated it was, and it is quite complicated, as you guys know. In order to proceed as an informed member, there's lots of information that we have to supply to everyone. And only those that are most attentive are inclined to join us. So my first suggestion to build a unified team is to overcome the obstacle that a lot of folks face with their MetaMask wallets. So they can set up a MetaMask wallet fairly easily. We recommend that they set it up on their phone in case they're away from their desktop system. I prefer to do everything on a bigger screen, but we do suggest they have it on their phone as well as a bigger screen, such as hopefully a desktop computer or an iPad. But the bigger the screen, the better. So the first step, in my opinion, to form a unified team is for the sponsor to help a prospective member fund their MetaMask wallet. Now, with the $1 pool, that's fairly easy to do. If nothing else, you can send them USDT Tether. Once they have their MetaMask wallet set up, you can fund their account for them. I would recommend like $35 sent to them in USD Tether. They can return the funds to you however you wish to receive them. You can receive a Zelle payment or a PayPal payment or Cash App or whatever. But when you do that for your member, they'll appreciate it, and you will have eliminated one reason why they may not wish to proceed. Now, I've lost a few prospective members simply because of the frustration they face when trying to fund their MetaMask wallet. How many of you guys have faced a similar situation? I'm curious.
Me too.
Oh yeah, it took me at least a weekend to get it done.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I have too.
So if we can help them in the $1 pool, I believe is where we should all start, right? This is the path of least resistance to pool funding. It's much easier to build a unified team in the $1 pool than it is in the $10 pool. Can we all agree on that?
Yes.
Yep.
So that's what my first recommendation is, to help make sure they got the MetaMask wallet set up on their phone and hopefully on at least one bigger screen. I hate using my phone for this stuff. And I'm an older guy. I know you youngsters have an easier time navigating on your phones, but I find it a bit cumbersome myself. So let's see. When we can tell somebody that they can engage with an operating budget of only about $30, I believe we're going to have a much better opportunity to build that team that we need. So I'm going to read from a current update, which I sent to my team about the best way to build a team. With the opening of a $1 funding pool, you can get started with an operating budget of only $30. Your participation in the $1 pool makes it much easier to build a unified team, which will follow you into the $10, $100, and $1,000 funding pools. If you are a current member, you should immediately ask your sponsor for their $1 pool funding referral link. This applies to those who were participating in the $10 pool but had to drop out because they could not refer others to their team. The $1 funding pool provides a fresh start, especially now that we have recruiting resources to help everyone acquire team members. Now, this next point is important. Another thing that's confusing is the establishment of sub-accounts. Everybody agree on that?
Yes.
Yes.
With the $1 pool, it is not necessary to establish sub-accounts. Does everybody agree with that statement?
Agreed.
Yep.
Simply because it's much easier to invite them into a $30 opportunity than a $300 opportunity that some of us have done with the $10 funding pool, which requires an operating budget of $200 to $300. So again, with the dollar pool, it's not necessary to establish sub-accounts. This makes the whole process of MetaMask funding and onboarding much less complicated. So that is the recommendation as far as the initial steps. Help them fund their MetaMask wallet and suggest that they can join the $10 pool with a starting budget of only $30. Now, the second step is to have them register for the pool funding training course, which is the fundwise.com resource. And then as soon as they register for that course, you'll get a message indicating that they have joined you. And then you can follow up with them with further instructions as to how to proceed and hopefully set up an onboarding call. Now, there's several messages I send to my folks, and I send a lot of team updates. If anybody who's not receiving my team updates would like to receive them, please send an email to me. I'm going to post my email address here in the chat window. It's very simple. And then I will add you to my pool funding team update list. Because when somebody requests more information, there's first of all, there's several promotional messages that I send to folks. I'm a list manager, but I also participate in some ad sources. And there's an initial advisory message that I send, and then there's a link where they can request more information. When they do that, I send another email inviting them to the training course. Then when I get a notice that they've joined or registered for the training course, then I send them another message, and I continue in that fashion until they've either joined us or have declined. But I want to give them as much information as possible during this process. From beginning to end. Now, let me see what else I wanted to discuss here. We're looking, of course, for motivated, first of all, we're looking for these characteristics. We want to find open-minded folks. As soon as you present information that they're going to tell you, well, this sounds like a Ponzi scheme. Well, it's just the opposite of a Ponzi scheme. If pool funding were a Ponzi scheme, it would have collapsed months ago. There's Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong. Are there about 1,000 active members in pool funding right now?
I believe you're correct. Pretty close.
So that tells you right there that we know that a Ponzi scheme requires exponential growth in order to perpetrate, in order to continue. That's not the case with pool funding. If pool funding were simply a Ponzi scheme, it would have collapsed months ago. So let's get that objection out of the way as soon as possible. There's a video that Ace provided for us early on, which discusses the Ponzi issue. And Elisa, if you have that handy, I can't look for it at the moment.
I'll post it in the chat.
That's the one with the nuke, remember?
Yes, yep, I got it.
It's important for your people that believe this is a Ponzi scheme. It's important for those folks to look at that video. Because that's one of the main objections you're going to hear. So your first goal with the dollar pool is to invite your two best people or to acquire two people as quickly as possible. Hopefully you know some folks that can that want to enjoy funding that they don't have to pay back. It's much better to work with people that you know, friends, you know, associates, whatever. But if you have to go outside of your warm market, then of course you'll use the tools that are available. Nothing is more important than getting those first two people. So we're looking for open-minded people. We're looking for motivated people. We're looking for goal-oriented people. We're looking for folks who are willing to learn a new concept along with a firm commitment to apply the knowledge. And most importantly, we're looking for folks that are willing to work closely with like-minded men and women. And those folks are not that easy to find, as you're all aware. So they're out there. It's just a numbers game. So let's see now what else I wanted to discuss. Make sure they're aware of the two resources. Actually, there's three resources. Karen explained an additional resource last night during the call. And I think we have that video recorded, don't we, Lisa?
Yes, we do. I think it was already posted.
Right. So if you're inviting folks and you get the feeling that they simply can't afford even the dollar pool, I would suggest that you'll pay it forward for them. You'd be doing the same thing when you join Pool Match Me. And there you're paying $50 to acquire two referrals. So if you offered to pay it forward for somebody, you'll send them $30 and you're saving a little bit of money right there. You're going to spend only $60 to acquire your first two members, if in fact you feel that they simply need some financial assistance. And that when you offer to pay it for them, that instills within them a confidence level. They'll perceive that since you're willing to pay it forward for somebody, you must really believe in this project. So that's a good way to approach that particular subject. Now, let me see what other link I wanted to put in here. Let's see. Yeah, make sure they're aware of the recruiting systems. And then once you have your first two people, before you reach out for your third and fourth, I would hope that you would work with those first two people for at least a few days to see how motivated they are. You know, as Ace says, nothing's more important than to acquire your first two members just as quickly as possible. And you'll know after working with your first two people whether or not they truly are motivated. Hopefully they are. They'll get their two people. Then you can move on to your third and fourth referral. And that's the team that you're forming that you will progress with you into the 10, $100, and $1,000 pools seamlessly. So that is my brief explanation of what I believe is the quickest way to form a unified team. So if there's any questions, I'll be happy to address those. If any comments or suggestions.
Very good information, Ken.
Great value.
Okay,
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
okay.
Remember now too, if you engage in the pool match me resource, you may be partnered with somebody in a third world country where the economies are not quite as robust as we see here in the Western world. I believe you may find that these people are more motivated than some of us here in the Western world. Once we can, for instance, in the Philippines, the average hourly wage is like $1. If we can get them earning just $30 additional a month, that's pretty big for them. And they'll be motivated to become a valuable team member because they'll see how they can increase those earnings to $60 and $90 a month just in the $1 pool, right?
Right.
And then the $10
Right.
pool. $10 pool for somebody in the Philippines is life-changing income. For us in Canada, Europe, we need to get to the $100 pool before we can start talking about life-changing income, really, right? But for the folks in Africa, Philippines, many nations out there that they would be very happy to be earning just an extra few $100s a month. So don't write off somebody simply because they may not be in your own part of the world. I believe that there's more motivated folks in other parts, and Ace has addressed this on several of his calls as well. So let's see what else here. Yeah, years ago, we used to talk about the $300 solution, where an extra $300 means a lot to any family. But now, I think it's more appropriate that we discuss a $600 solution because of the way prices have increased, especially since COVID. Everything's gone up so drastically, and with just 3 referrals and pool funding in the $100 pool, you've got the $600 solution. I should say the $10 pool, right? Yeah. But anyhow, that's what I think should be done to form a unified team. What do you guys think? Anything you want to add to that strategy, or?
Hey, Ken, this is John Knable. Thank you very much for sharing your experience. I don't have experience like you, so that's very helpful for me. And myself, like a lot of other people on here, I'm sure, we are marketing for people to sponsor using the SDAI and the other marketing methods, and it's still quite challenging with that. So I think I'm going to take your advice and just go with the pull match me. Of course, the other challenge is with pull match me, you have to bring somebody in with you, right? And even that's a challenge.
Unfortunately, it is for a lot of folks. Absolutely.
Even though it's free, like Ace says, and it is free, and I totally agree. You sign up for this website for free, and you go into pull match me. So I haven't sponsored anybody yet under me. Like a lot of other people I've had with like yourself as well, right? We've had challenges. I did have somebody ready to sign up, and because of the challenge funding the MetaMask wallet, and it was a learning experience for me. I lost a couple people that way, but next one up. So thank you very much. That's all I wanted to put in.
No, thank you, John. My pleasure. Yeah, you do have to go through quite a few names in order to find that first person that's going to be a valuable team member for you. It's not easy, but they're out there. You just have to find them. Any comments from anybody else?
Yeah, I have a question. When I was recruited, I saw the video on TikTok. but I saw the videos that you have to view before you sign up. But I never did get these videos by email like someone told me on the chat that I'm in. And they sent me a link, these Fundwise, and I did it, but I still can't see the videos. It just doesn't come up for me. And I don't know how I would share that with somebody. And I'd be more than happy to fund people $30 all day long, if it meant that at least getting people on board. So any suggestions how I can look at those training videos?
I don't understand why you're not able to view them, Daniel. I got quite a few referrals in my Fundwise back office, and I haven't heard that anybody else is having trouble showing those or viewing those videos. I don't know why you're having that problem,
I don't know. I sent the photographs to the lady who's helping me. It's a Maria Hernandez, I believe.
right?
And I haven't gotten a solution yet, but I'm sure they'll find one.
What browser are you using, Daniel?
I'm using a Mac and an iPhone.
Mm.
MacBook Pro, yes.
Hunter, do you have any suggestions? Why do you think he may not be able to be seeing those videos?
Honestly, he really should be able to see those videos. I have no idea why he's not able to. Maybe he's not checking the course material, or maybe something's going on with the website that I don't know about. But that would probably be a question for Fundwise supports if he's not seeing them. Or he could just go to Bitcoin Ace's YouTube channel, and he has all the videos and pretty much everything else there. So there's another option.
Yeah, that you've got me stumped, Daniel. I have no idea why you're not able to see those videos, but that's important. You want these folks to go through the training course before you can proceed to another stage.
Yeah, I know. It's been my hurdle, and I'm trying everything I can to do it, but after a while it gets a little exhausting. I was
Right.
told about this Bitcoin Aces website on YouTube, so I have to go back and watch those videos.
Yeah, there's lots of information there.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
Daniel, did you not get login information when you put your when you entered the video and signed up for the course?
Well, I signed up for the course after I looked at the videos. That was the link there. It was my sponsor,
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, and it sent me to a place to just, you know, to download the MetaMask and instructions, the video. I saw that, and then I did that. It didn't give me an email to watch Fundwise at all or even sign up there. I never got that link. And I'm noticing in one of the chats, they were having problems with people not getting that link. So I posted that I did not receive that link. So when I got the link, I clicked on it and registered and everything, but I still can't see those videos. And I sent it to Maria. So hopefully she'll come up with something for me. I
Okay.
even did a little video and recorded it and sent it to her showing that it doesn't click, nothing opens up, where you have a home page and you see the training videos, and I go there and it just doesn't allow me to do it.
Well, I hope that gets straightened out.
Yes, because I want to send those videos to a lot of people that I know. I've already sent them general video, but I'm asking my upline, hey, how am I going to share the training videos if I can't even find them?
Right, right.
But you did sign up for it. You put your name and email in and stuff originally, right?
Yes, and then I got never mind. I don't want to be negative. Anyway, he's been very supportive, very good, but I think the process one it needs to be streamlined. There has to be customer support. I put it on our chat and they said, "Oh, this is not the place. You need to talk to this person." So I did that, and it's kind of like a lengthy process. Yeah, I don't want people to be discouraged because $300 is a lot of money. I was willing to sponsor one guy, and then he kind of said no, and he just wanted to do the desktop AI, and then so he signed up for that. But still, even that, is a little challenge.
Well, in my opinion, there's no reason to even suggest that $300 is needed at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna do your
Security.
$30 way. Yeah, that sounds a lot more reasonable for to get at least people on board, even if I, sponsor them, I have no problem doing that because I believe in this system and I can see that there's great rewards on it.
Absolutely.
Do you think that there's anything in your security that's stopping it? Because that happened to me with Smart Desk.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes these Macs block certain things and I'm not the most
Okay, that's right.
computer savvy.
That's true. That's true.
I went through this with one of my team members the other day, Daniel, and it was like they couldn't just like they never did receive an email about logging. And I sent you a private link just from my course library. It's
Okay.
not an affiliate link, but if you click on that, that might take you to a place to log in again. So if you have your password and login, it might take you to where you want to go.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, it's just in the chat in Zoom, so you can try that because I did go through that with somebody else the other day. So just give that a shot, and you can also log in with your Google. I believe it'll take you to the login page. You can log in with your Google account as well too. So
Okay.
give it a try. And I'm online tomorrow. I'm in the onboarding group. I think you messaged us the other day. We were chatting a bit. So
Okay. Yeah, I've had interesting issues. And my payment structure, I don't get it. So I learned that you have to always do it 4 hours, but the clock keeps moving backwards. So it's going to be earlier. I'll have to get up in the middle of the night to do this one day, but I'm hoping they change that. And
Wait,
the other thing is that I did my 3 days of payments with the border. And the fourth day, I didn't realize, like I said, the time really threw me for a loop. I'm at church on Saturday mornings. I got home about 11:30 and didn't realize that I had to pay before I got home. So I lost out, but I had the assurance and the assurance paid. And when I went to pay on Sunday, I was missing a payment and there was somebody else's name that got paid or paid me. And I don't even know who that person is. So it looks like I missed one payment from wallet 3. So I don't know. I'm having people look at it. It's kind of strange. One thing for sure that we're going to learn from these things.
That's
Are we-
odd because when you make your payments, it should move the clock forward, not back. That's what I'm
Yeah, that's what I'm
experiencing.
saying. Like
I'm
earlier,
gaining time.
I'm losing time. So if I paid at 12, it will go, let's say my window ends at 12 noon. It now moves forward if I paid at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, that's
Left,
weird.
backwards. Yeah, it doesn't move like later at night. It moves
Yeah.
earlier in the day.
I use a Mac as well, so I haven't had any problem watching any of the videos. I'm in the United States. I don't know where you're at, but I haven't had any
Same
problem
here.
watching the videos. So,
The Republic of
and-
California.
me too. We're both in California. Awesome.
I wonder if there's some kind of, I'm not familiar with Mac, but I'm wondering if there's some kind of setting that's preventing him from viewing those videos.
no, I use a Mac as well. I have no problem.
I
Yeah,
do
don't know.
too.
This is a brand new one, so I don't know what to say. So I'll figure it out.
I make my payments the same time every day.
Me
So I
too.
don't know why your timer is creeping on you because he added on a half hour at the end of the timer to prevent that timer creep from happening. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to make your payment the same time of the day every day.
Well, that's
So
what I thought, but it's changing on mine. Okay, so I'll figure that out. I'll ask those questions. It's something that I know needs to be figured out with my upline and see if he's learning as well. So
Daniel,
yes,
Daniel, this
yes,
is Matt Casey. When you say you're making your payment, the timer, I hit my button when there's 30 minutes left on the red timer, and that maintains it exactly where I want it every single day. So
that's what I do.
that's what you did, and you're seeing that issue.
I don't know. I've never clicked the red button. I just go to those, like say wallet 3, and then I select the pay and pay now, and then confirm, and then
But I mean, what is your timer? What is the big rectangular timer counting down to when you do that?
usually like I try to do it like within the hour before it expires.
Well, if you don't, if there's 30 minutes left on that big red timer and you
Yes.
hit the pay now button, the clock will be exactly the same tomorrow as it is today. If you click it 30 minutes before that, then it's going to back up 30 minutes tomorrow.
Okay.
That's
so
how
that-
that timer works, because it's a 4.5 hour timer.
Okay, so that wasn't explained to me, but now I know, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
look at it, see how much time, and then try to do it within the
You-
30 minutes.
You can move it forward 30 minutes by letting that time down to 0, but you don't want to do that because you run the risk of cutting it too close.
Matt,
But you can move it back 4 hours at a time if you want.
yeah, Matt,
but
I
you-
was just gonna ask you, what happens if he makes his payment as the minute the 4-hour timer begins? What happens if he makes his payment right then?
Well, then he's going to move back 4 hours from that. That's the begin. You mean at the beginning of the 4 hour time, 4.5 hour timer? Is
Yes,
that what you're saying? He's
Yes.
going to move back 4 hours from where he was yesterday when he pressed it yesterday.
so Daniel, that's the way you can adjust your time.
You
As
can go
quickly as
back 4
possible.
hours.
Right,
All right.
And Daniel, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Telegram, and I'll spend some time with it. I have no problem with that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I
Okay.
just want to figure this out so I can be able to teach people.
No, you will. You will.
Yeah.
Call me anytime.
Okay, it's repetition for me, so
That's
I'm a retired nurse, so my brain is medical. It's not this kind of
Yeah.
computer stuff.
We'll get there.
I'm sure it will, and I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, amigo Daniel, we're a family here, amigo. We're a
Oh,
familia.
all right.
absolutely.
Just being positive definitely helps. This is Orrin Banks. And I heard you say it, Daniel, you'll figure it out. You see, so you already gave yourself the leverage, the edge, and all the potential that you need. And like working with Matt, it's like he's so dynamic and getting started because I'm working with him. We had to overcome some hurdles onboarding today, but that's was kind of expected. It's like Murphy's Law. So I think anything good will be attacked. So, if you don't believe so, just plant a garden. So this is one of the best things, like Mr. Ken said, that's, been in rotation. So definitely kind of expect some hiccups, but it's not going to knock you out the game.
Yeah, I get it.
Daniel, how long have you been a member?
I started last Wednesday.
Okay, so you're still in that learning, you're still in that learning curve, Daniel.
Yeah, I know it's okay. I'm not bothered by it. I just want to get solutions, and I'm willing to put the work in to get the solutions. So if somebody else has the same challenge, then I know how to help them out. So I don't look at it as negative. I look at it as okay. Let's figure out why it's happened, and I can help those that have the same thing. In fact, we did a video today with me, and I forget the lady's name, but she did one for people who needed to fund do the what's the automatic payment again called?
Assurance.
Yeah,
Assurance, you
assurance.
mean?
Yeah, the assurance. So people will know how to fund their assurance. So it was a learning experience for me. So that video is still there for
That
people
should
to
be
look
done
at.
during onboarding.
Well, the onboarding, yeah, she works for onboarding maybe.
Yeah, because that should be part of the onboarding process.
So for people who forget and their assurance goes away, at least they have a resource to go back and look at it.
Angelina, I see you posted in the chat window. What exactly is it that you're looking for here?
And yes, you had mentioned criteria that you were looking for, and I was trying to write them down quickly. Open-minded goals.
Let me
You
post
know,
those right now. Right
Yeah, you know where I'm going. I don't want to try and repeat it when I don't remember it. Are
Right.
you in Canada as well, Ken?
No, I'm in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, here are these characteristics. Let me post those right now.
Thank you.
There we go.
Terrific. Thank you so much.
Oh, Lisa, you were gonna post that video where Ace discusses the Ponzi issue.
I did already.
Let me see, did I miss it? Where?
Wait, yeah, it's to everyone. It's a Google Drive.
Let's see. Are you guys seeing it? Oh, okay.
It's right under your email address, Ken.
Right. Great. Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to add here. Oh, Karen, is Karen still with us? Let's see.
Karen is still here.
Karen, I had an onboarding meeting with Steve this evening. And in order the day two, the gentleman, the incoming member has done everything's set up, his wallet is set up and everything. But Steve can't meet with him tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Would you be available? It'll just be about a 10-minute Zoom meeting.
Oh, yeah, that's no problem.
All righty. I will send you the information to meet with him and you can send us a Zoom link. He's all set to go. He's just gonna make his first date. He wanted to wait until 11 to make his first payment because that's when he wants to make all his payments at that particular time.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, Karen. Appreciate it. Still, anybody else have anything to add before we end the call?
That was very good, Ken. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Gregory.
Yeah, great talk, Ken. Appreciate the information.